Okay, I think we're finally working somehow. I'll need to refresh it and then show the streams. Hello everybody. I'll make sure that the chat's working, because the chat wasn't working for a little bit. I do prefer to use YouTube, so I will make sure that things are going okay. Now I will just... The other thing I'll need to post to socials and stuff like that. It'll only be for 3 hours today, but 3 hours is still enough time to get a lot done. Alright. And tomorrow I'm doing a massive 8-hour stream, so let's just get this going. Alright, so... onto the scene. Yes, you can see me. That's good. Hello there. Okay, darn it. Need to bring it down just a tad here. On it. Yep. Down a wee bit. How do you bring it down? How do you bring it down just a wee bit? I don't want my shameful lack of a lower half to show. There we go. Might make it a bit bigger actually. Ah, wrong button. Come back here. You there. Larger, please. Thank you, sir. Much better. Now, I've actually been able to do a double monitor setup, which is kind of what the the stream was, what the technical difficulties were earlier, but it's all good. I'll bring it over to about here-ish. There we go. That's about right. And this way I can add some more stuff that isn't just the now editing stuff. I'll actually no. That means that there's room for the music. Where's the music? Yoo-hoo! I know I made this properly. It's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out at some point. Properties, please. Yeah, we got the refresh. There it is. Phew, working. I don't want Canvas videos to be back yet. Okay, there we go. Cool. Now we got the that going. Now all we need is some chat in the chat, and we will bring it. And we will some chat in the chat. My gosh. No, not that one. Nope. That's me. There it is. Yahoo. Oof. There I am, stuck behind a wall again. Let's see. Maybe a little more to the side here. But just make sure that the avatar is on top. That's always more convenient. Thank you. Or at least bring the window capture behind. Yay, we have words that are being said. Woomy indeed. We're finally getting done. Ugh. Sorry, everything got mixed up. Oh wait, hang on. No. I need to get the the socials going. Ugh, the most annoying part. There we go. Let me just share this. Copy, thanks. That's the share. That's it. Live now with body doubling. Join in and watch how video sausage is made. I promise none of these terms are euphemisms. I promise none of these terms are euphemisms. There we go. Oh, I've heard that Coldest Price is really good. I do want to do. Sorry, I do want to do the script for that, and I was on track for it too. But yeah, things got a little out of hand. But all goes well. I should be able to do that. Yeah. There are steps in place. It's just I have to keep putting steps in place. It's like moving goalposts when you've got the mental issues I have, unfortunately. It's the problem with an invisible disability. I can seem perfectly fine, but really there's some stuff going on up here that's hard to get over sometimes. None of those are... And I know that there's like this history of people like saying like, oh, I'm actually disabled, so that means that I don't have to do this and this. I have a diagnosis. I have been officially diagnosed as disabled by a accredited doctor in New Zealand, not even an American doctor. Sorry, slide shots. But yep. Oh, you can barely hear me. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Do I have the mic turned up a little bit? But okay, it's not boosted. Is that? Hang on a second. Is that a bit better? Maybe. I can boost the intake a bit, or is it just that the music's too loud? I can bring the music down. Hang on. If the music's too loud, I can bring it down a bit. That's muted. Cool. All right. Okay. Good. I'm glad that it's back. All right. Let's see. What am I doing? That window is not meant to be there. Luckily, it's only my blue sky. Nothing I'm ashamed of there, but it is kind of cluttering the whole thing. All right. Let's see. There we go. Then a quick. Yeah, I will be going for, let's see. I'll be going for exactly 3 hours, unfortunately, because there's so much happening at the moment. We have to move house because we have to find a place with lower rent, unfortunately. So there's have to make sure that the house is ready for the viewings and stuff like that. So yeah, but tomorrow should be completely clear. So in terms of getting the work done, only 3 hours today, but it will be a big 8-hour one tomorrow if there's no problems. Let's see, where's the thingamajigger? I'm trying to find the Okay. Now, can I do the live? It's annoying because I like showing that I've gone live when it comes to Twitch. Can I do that? Can we do that for YouTube now? Ow! It's only Twitch, Streamplace, and Bluecast. What the heck is Bluecast? I haven't even heard of Streamplace. No, I'm gonna. It's not support. I guess the live feature isn't beta, so eventually it'll happen. Just sucks. Alright, now I will just put that onto Patreon, and then we will get going. Alright. That's it. A Rhyhorn themed is SP. That's weird. It kind of reminds me of those, whatchamacallit? Okay, hold on a second. Where's the, Hang on. There we go. Create. There we go. Not watch me script. I want you to watch me make. Post. Thank you, sir. It's a shame because the Patreon's doing some really good stuff, but the Patreon does some really good stuff in terms of the different quality of life stuff that they have for the platform, but they just take so much money, and they take it from the gross too, which is really gross. Oh, okay. Doubling. Episode 235. Alright. Back to body doubling. Hopefully to stay. Ooh. Okay, it should be free access because you can get it easily. Join me for editing stuff. Okay, yep, there we go. Okay, not any collections or anything. Make sure that I don't charge. That's not very good if you charge it. So then publish. Yep. Alright, 3 hours. Let's do this. Okay, it's 10:57. It'll start officially, so let's get some setup going. This isn't quite working the way that I wanted it to. If I can just bring it down a bit, not too much. I just need to shimmy it to the side because I don't have a 2-screen setup and I want to have the chat just ready off to the side. Maybe at some point I'll be able to get a proper setup, but it is not this day. There we go. Bring that down there. Now we can see you all right. Okay, now we adjust that in the streaming. Okay, bring that down over to make that a bit bigger. Bring it up a little bit so we can see you all a bit more. Then make. It's annoying that this can't be a bit bigger, but I think it'll be all right. It's not essential to see all that. Cool. Yep, that's nice. It kind of set up a bit better, but let's go for it. All right, we've got the music stuff set up. Let's do this. Yeah, I can imagine like a Rhydon themed Advanced SP, because Rhydon's like the first Pokemon, but yeah. I've not heard of Imagination. It sounds imaginative. Oh. Okay, now I've got this all set up, so now I need to quickly set up a folder. New folder, new bin, as they call them. Let's see, 235. Card game meant to be the bridge between Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. That could be good. That could be good. Problem is, every trading card game is always either riding on the coattails of either Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, or well, now it's also Marvel Snap, but yeah, there was also, of course, why am I getting Hearthstone, of course. I wish Gwent caught on. I was really good at. I was actually pretty good at Gwent. Like I was actually in the top 100 Gwent players in New Zealand on console. But that's not saying too much. But it is better. It is a better ranking than I've gotten than I ever got in Hearthstone. But yeah. Hey, Jude. I mean, Raposa. I'm like, it's their name. It's JYU. I'm not calling out their ethnicity or their religion or anything. Help. We're saying, hi, Raposa-san. Yes. All right. Here we go. Yep. Okay. Now I got the recording done, but I still need to do the sound editing. But also because I am in kind of crunch mode. Ow, sorry. I'm going to be putting in the clips in as well, so that I can going to do as much as I can for the first pass. So let's see. What we need though is we need the footage. Now, where did I put the footage? I think, oh yep, it's in videos, Pokemon transfer. I need to name them, darn it. Let me just quickly open this up.
Our heroes find themselves close to Mahogany Town,
quick.
where Ash is determined to earn.
Quick. Okay, before I get copyright struck. Yep, this is it. Okay, so there's P235. I need to label it. There we go. Ojamajo Doremi. I've heard of that one, but I never actually got around to it. Was it I actually know was it an obscure kind of kids anime called was it Dameko Dobutsu? That was a pretty fun one. It had some good kind of dark humor in there. Alright, now then, 235. Here we go. Testing. Hey Verdant, I can see you clearly. Evan Bell says, I'm disappointed that Professor Sebastian never really returned. It's weird because they finally had an intimidating person. I guess they felt like he was just kind of Giovanni 2.0. He was just kind of intimidating. He didn't really have a gimmick, but at the same time they could have worked with it a bit more. Magical Girl anime. Oh no, funny story though. When when the Swadeling was growing up, we actually watched Glitter Force together. I know that one's kind of a bastardization of Pretty Cure, but it was still a fun little introduction to Pretty Cure. It's like the early rough dub of Sailor Moon. It still got people into Sailor Moon, even if it was a somewhat inaccurate localization. But yeah, Glitter Force was pretty fun, and it had a really good performance from, oh, I keep forgetting her name. It drives me nuts. The one who played Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, bless her heart, and also and was also in Critical Role a lot. She's Matthew Mercer's partner, I believe. Oh, I hate that I can't get her name right. That's I know it's in there some. It's driving me out. I keep thinking Ashley Birch, but that's Aloy and Tiny Tina and Molly McGee. Laura Bailey, that's the one. Yes. Laura Bailey played Lucky in Glitter Force, and she did such a fantastic job. Like, it elevated the voice acting a lot because, like, she really does amazing deliveries on it. Oh yeah, I heard that Doremi was pretty huge after Pretty Cure, and like, okay, anyway, this is a bit loud. I'll turn it down a bit. So we've got the setup here. And we've got the chibis just in case over here. We don't need to do the background just yet. So, okay, we're ready to go. Let's just do a bit of sound editing and then a bit of, we'll do the first section of sound editing, then I'll put in chibis and clips. Finally getting close to the finish. Leo said that they'll be able to edit for me, at some point this week as well. So I can just, set up the B-roll so that they can do that. Oh, the English voice of Shin-chan. Laura Bailey also does Shin-chan. That's funny. No, Laura Bailey has the ultimate scream. Like, Laura Bailey has the female Super Saiyan scream. It's amazing, but yeah. Okay, Glitter Force was something Saban had to do to keep the rights to Digimon. Wow, I didn't realize that keeping the rights to Digimon was such a thing that late in the game. Had to deal with Nickelodeon's episode count rule. They couldn't use the name Pretty Cure because of the trademark. That's weird. We're finally getting close to the finish line as the episode there highlights. Okay, there we go. Highlights. Highlights. I always do the highlights, thoughts, and trivia, even though I could technically just use the same audio clip. It's just something I can do at the time. Although there was one time I forgot to say highlights, so I just took it from an earlier episode. Does Leo have a favourite New Zealand burb, or all of them? They don't have. You can't ask them that. That's unfortunately. They love all of them. Although they do have somewhat of an affection for kakapo, though. Kakapo are pretty amazing. They're gigantic budgies that are the only flightless parrots. They used to be called owl parrots, but they really should be called heavy parrots. We're finally getting close to the finish line, and as the episodes keep... Or just mega budgies. Giga budgies. I heard that too, that 4Kids dubbed One Piece so that they could get Magical Doremi. Which is weird, because neither of those took off for 4Kids. Yeah. I feel like One Piece could have gotten 4Kids off the ground if they just treated it a bit more like TMNT and less like a real kiddie show, but yeah. Oh, Travis Willingham's partner, not Matt Mercer's partner, my bad. They're just co-hosts of Critical Role. We're finally getting close to the finish line, and as the episodes keep trying to we're fine. There it is. We're up to, we want that line. Thank you, sir. We're finally getting close to the finish line as Gigantamax budgies. Episodes keep trying to convince us in a way that just keeps sounding more and more like that uncle who has an interview lined up, I swear. Okay, put the clip in. Just put the clip in right now. Let's see. So, okay, so leave B-roll, but put in any essentials. So here we go. We're finally getting close to the finish line as the episodes keep trying to convince us in a way that just keeps sounding more and more like that uncle who has an interview lined up, I swear. Okay. Wait, final badge. So that's this one.
Mahogany Town, where Ash is determined to earn his final badge at the Our heroes find themselves close to Mahogany Town, where Ash is determined to earn his final badge at the Mahogany Gym.
There we go, put that there. Darn it, I had a way to squeeze that in, but I'll do that next time. Alright.
Heroes find themselves close to
Oops, it needs to be in the footage thing, so that way... Because what... this is something that kind of helps for... helps to keep things consistent, is... You have a different track for footage and music and stuff like that. Because if you see over here... No, it's not you. It's... In the audio section, there's I've got the different tracks over here, and they're at different volumes. See, the footage volume is down lower because I find that the footage of Pokemon's a little bit too loud, and there's music that's all the way down, so you can still hear my voice okay. So that's why over here you've got the footage section and the music section. So we make sure the footage is up here, and we got that over there, so it works out fine. Let's see. Yes, yes. Determined to earn his final sixth badge in the first 15 seconds of the episode. Yep. Alright. The irony of the W. Yep, not in the Japanese. Yep. You lined up, I swear.
Heroes find themselves close to Mahogany Town.
Hang on. I missed out the R part. I swear.
Our heroes
bring it a little closer just so that it's not overlapping too much.
Our heroes find themselves close to Mahogany Town, where Ash is determined to earn his final badge at the Mahogany Gym.
Wait, final badge? I might not... wait, final badge? Yeah. Okay, I need to do a section so that I make sure I don't get the wrong one. Wait. There we go, get that ready. Wait, final badge? I might not have played Gen 2 for a while, but I could have sworn that... I know most of you know this already, but yep, that's the trick to good editing, is knowing the shortcuts and using the keyboard. Final badge? I might not have played Gen 2 for a while, but I could have sworn that... And I also could have sworn it wasn't that early either. Hold on. Hang on, I need to bring up the... Need to bring up the script just to make sure that I've got the right clips. Oh, yeah. There we go. I could have sworn that... Okay, then he's going to say 6th right afterwards, which is pretty amazing.
But for now, just dreaming of the Johto League is exciting.
Yes, I can't wait to get my 6th badge.
There it is.
I gotta say, yay!
Yay!
Yes, I can't wait to get my 6th badge. Then it's on to the Johto.
Just the 6th badge. There we go. Take that out, put that over here. There we go.
Yes.
Okay, I'll overlap that a bit just so that it's a bit more dynamic.
Yes, I can't wait to get my 6th badge.
Okay, bring that in.
My 6th badge.
And I also could have sworn. Hey Daniel, how's it doing? Enjoy me being able to call out the chat people while you can, because when I take off and become a mega streamer, I can't even finish that. I don't want to be a mega streamer. I want enough to live comfortably on, which means a silver play button. I want a silver play button, but I never want 1 million subscribers, which probably means I'm gonna get it because for some reason, unless you're like an absolute unless you're an absolute algorithm writer, you don't usually get 1 million subscribers unless you're not trying to get it. Yes. Okay. I could have sworn that.
Yes, I can't wait to get my 6th badge.
And I also could have. Yeah, but it needs to be a bit snappier there.
My 6th badge.
And I also could have sworn it wasn't that early either. Hold on. Yeah, you're both wrong. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I got a bit of Foley in there. Foley is when you do live sound effects. Put that in there, make sure that it's put in properly. Yeah, you're both wrong. It was so weird that there was just so many things there. Oh, Raposa means fox. Oh, that's cool. I've heard Raposa said somewhere else as well. I don't know. Oh, I get it. Oh, wait, sorry, but I can't remember where I heard Raposa before. Ah, well. No.
And I also could have sworn it wasn't that early.
Is that what they call Is that what they call Zorua over there? Let's see. Umbra Posa, that'd be cool. Although Umbra, I think Umbra's Spanish, or darn it, which? Umbra would be shadow. Umbra means shadow, but is it also shadow in Spanish? I know it's Latin for Spanish, but yeah. All right. Let's see. A Mega Evolved Screamer, which is Mega Evolution's only temporary. I guess that's technically a Digivolution. A Mega Evolution is basically a Digivolution now that you think about it. Even though they're both metamorphosis.
Yeah, you're both wrong. Not that early either. Hold on. Yeah, you're both wrong.
Oh, Zorua is still Zorua. Ah, interesting. Oh, Zoroark's my favorite too. Both forms. I've got more affection for the original form just because it's the one that I fell in love with, but I do like Hisui and Zoroark as well. It's really cool.
That early on.
I just like that Zoroark's kind of like the Dark Ninetales almost literally, because Ninetales is meant to like take the forms as well, but Zorua actually acts on it. Take the form, a human form.
Either. Hold on. Yeah, you're both wrong. Yeah, you're both wrong. That's. I really don't want to. That's. I really don't want to say impressive, but.
There we go.
Yeah, you're both wrong. That's. I really don't want to say impressive, but having two false statements.
Well, we're just the Zoroark club. I just like how, well, for me, the favorite part of Zoroark is just how you can. It was just such a unique ability that I haven't really seen. Like, I haven't quite seen a Pokemon ability that's as sort of unique and provides strategies even outside of the game mechanics. Like, it's not just boosting stats and stuff like that. The fact that you can make Zorua and Zoroark look like a Pokemon in your party so that you can fake out your opponent. It's pretty. I always thought that was amazing, and it was kind of like everything that I like about Pokemon. And also, it looks really cool, and I like dark types.
That's. I really don't want to say impressive, but having two false statements in a row again, 2 episodes later, is just weird.
Okay, that was a little. That pause was a little too long for comfort. Bring that in a bit more. There.
Episodes later is just weird.
That's better.
So I guess I will do what the episode seems incapable of, and state that Ash is heading towards his 7th badge. At least that's what the show keeps telling me. Oh look, a distraction. 7th badge. At least that's what the show keeps telling me. Oh look, a distraction. Aren't you our navigator?
Yeah.
Aren't you our navigator, Brooke? Shouldn't you know if we're
Yeah, it's hard to get into Misty voice to begin with.
You know,
but that is a clip though, so I'll need to find that.
Keeps telling me, oh look, a distraction.
Okay.
Then it's onto the Johto lead. Pikachu? What's the matter, Togepi? Are they both getting sick? That's strange. It doesn't feel feverish.
That's not all that seems strange. Doesn't this spot look familiar? I think that's not all.
Pikachu? Pikachu? Oh, what's the matter, Togepi? Are they both getting sick?
No, I think I'll mention that later. You need to decide. You need to be as efficient as possible.
That's not all that seems strange.
Huh?
There we go.
Doesn't this spot look familiar? I think we've been walking around in circles.
All right. Tanuki are all right, but to me it's like the yeah. I find it weird that Japanese versions of animals just don't have the brightness of the markings of other animal equivalents. Like the Japanese badger is just brown on brown, and the same with the tanuki. The tanuki is just a raccoon, but brown on brown instead of black and white. So even though I love them, it's at the same time it's like I kind of like the design of raccoons and badgers more than tanuki and anakumas. Anakuma, sorry. No, they don't. Was it singular as plural in Japan?
Doesn't this spot look familiar? I think we've been walking around in circles.
Hang on, let me just quickly check that. I do want to be able to like put on an internet window, but I want to obviously be safe with it. So let's just go to do a new window. This will be our public window. Why is what? Wow, I didn't realize it had it has a music video in the background. That's kind of cool for my little music viewer. Didn't know that. All right, so let's see, window capture. This one, I think. Yep, that's it. And I think it also, yes, it clips the top as well. So hang on, I'll bring it. I'll bring it, make it a bit smaller though, so I can still see it. Except it should be not that one, it should be this one. There we go. Okay, yeah, so let me show you, like, so we got tanuki. Then so yeah. A tanuki is I do love how much chunkier they are, I will admit that. And then it's like a raccoon. It just has cooler eye markings, I'm sorry. And it can also puff up somewhat. Well, then there's also like badger, which has the American badger and the American badger and the European badger, which have those cool markings. But then you have the anakuma, which is the Japanese badger. And like, yeah, it's just kind of dirty makeup. It's a shame. Ooh, Anakuma Cafe. I'll have to go there if I ever go to Japan. But yeah, I do kind of like sort of the messy makeup look, but yeah, it's just not my thing. I just like the original one. All right, back to work though. Where are you? There we go. Let's see. Fun fact, Brock actually means badger. Well, the name means badger. There's times in the episode where you can tell Veronica Taylor slips into her normal speaking voice. You mean Ash's mom? Ash's mom is basically Veronica Taylor's speaking voice.
Doesn't this spot look familiar? I think we've been walking around in circles.
Oh boy, here we go. We got clips, and that's annoying.
Around in circles.
Aren't you our navigator, Brock? Shouldn't
But we need to be able to...
Circles.
Aren't you our navigator, Brock? Shouldn't you know if we're lost? You know, I never actually announced that as my role, and you guys just followed along with my clearly flawed navigational skills, so in effect, it's actually your fault that we're currently...
Okay, I'll cut that off earlier. I think I do a better read of that. Let me try that again.
Bugs that are... Sick Sick bugs!
There we go, put that there.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're starting to overcome your fears, Misty.
Yeah, it does get... Well, yeah, I imagine that it would be quite hard to get the raspiness maintained the whole time, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're starting to overcome your fears.
Let's see, I might just put the clip in there.
We must be lost.
That is a good expression on Misty. Normally it's Asada and Iwane that give her that kind of expression. I think that actually works better without the clip in the middle. It's fine. Just a oop, wrong button. There we go. Just
Ready to overcome your fears, Misty. Sick bugs! Yeah, I'm glad that you're starting to overcome your fears, Misty.
Okay, that one I'll just do a lengthened one.
Bugs!
About there. Then we cut that. Then bring out the retime controls. Then stretch it out. Oh wait, actually, I need to.
No bugs that are unwell! No bugs that are unwell! No bugs that are unwell!
Middle one's best. Go for that. Have to make decisions. Unless it wasn't, yeah, especially when you're in the make lots of videos business, you gotta choose quick rather than ponder over it too much.
Your fears, Misty. No bugs that are unwell!
And there we
Big bugs! Yeah, I'm glad that you're starting to overcome your fears, Misty. No bugs that are unwell! So yeah, after the twerps are accosted by a group of mons who are all, we really should be recovering, but we just had to announce our infirmity to you. To which Ash is all, let's take our mons who are all, we really should be recovering, but we just had to announce our infirmity.
Okay,
no, I never actually announced that as my role, and you...
Okay, I should probably do the, okay, I do want to do everything except for, oh, why is it on bottom here? That should be, there we go. Put that in footage layer, please. Now let me see.
We're finally getting Uncle who has an interview lined up, I swear. Wait, final badge? I might not have played Gen 2.
Okay, I'll do some chippies here. Okay, wait, final badge. That should be quizzical. Yep, that'll work.
Wait, final badge? I might not have played Gen 2 for a while, but I could have sworn that
Probably looking at resigned to screen would probably be best there. Where's resigned to screen? Hang on, I'll bring this out and shrink it in so I can see it a bit better. There we go. Where's resigned to screen? I know you're there. There we go.
I might not have played Gen 2 for a while, but I could have sworn that I might not have played Gen 2 for a while.
Then then just a regular quizzical.
But I could have sworn badge. I might not have played Gen 2 for a while, but I could have sworn that.
There we go.
Yes, I can't wait to get my 6th badge.
And I also could have.
Okay, the indignant is over here. I believe it's yeah, indignant JO. It's louder.
Badge.
And I also could have sworn it wasn't that early either. Hold on.
I think there's there it is, the board one. That's annoying.
Yeah. You're both. Yeah, you're both.
There we go. About here. Yep.
Wrong. That's. I really don't.
Then down the nose. Cool, cool.
You're both wrong. That's. I really don't want to say impressive, but having two. That's. I really don't want to say impressive.
And kind of that sweat drop frustration. That should work.
But having 2 false statements in a row again 2 episodes later is just weird. So I guess I will do what the episode seems incapable of and state that Ash is heading towards his 7th badge.
Okay, then we do that.
So I guess I will do what the episode seems incapable of and state that.
Let's just do a regular.
Ash is heading towards his 7th.
How would Misty handle a water bug? That would be... Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that, is it Surskit? No, I can't remember what it... No, not Surskit. There was that, I can't remember what it was called. That kind of spider... That, water spider thing. Yeah, I know. It's weird that they never advertised the Poké Gear. It was only in the movie. It was only in the third movie. It was weird.
Even the badge. At least that's what the show keeps telling me. Oh, look, a distraction.
Doesn't this spot look familiar? I think we've been walking around in circles.
Aren't you our navigator, Brooke?
Okay, now we'll unlink that, bring that over here. Let's get a bit of
Aren't you?
see how tricky this left foot.
Aren't you our navigator, Brooke?
Familiar? I think we've been walking around in circles.
Aren't you our navigator, Brooke? Shouldn't you know if we're Aren't you our Aren't you our navigator?
Okay, I think we can bring this over here. I think we might be able to...
Aren't you our navigator, Brooke? Shouldn't you know if we're lost? No, I never actually announced that as my role, and you...
okay. I think I can do this. I think I just need to do creative B-roll here. Let's see about... Oh, cool. No, we can just bring it in here. That'll work. Cool.
Aren't you our navigator, Brooke? Shouldn't you know if we're lost? No, I never actually announced that as my role, and you guys just followed along with my clearly flawed navigational...
Okay, there we go.
Aren't you our navigator, Brooke?
There we go. Put that in there. Then do some... I'll add this at the... about there. Oh, sorry. And then cut that part off there. And then I'll do some creative B-roll here. Okay, so about there-ish. Except now we'll reverse it so that it's not... so that we don't get to accidentally... Well, we don't get too much of a repeat feeling to it.
Shouldn't you know if we're lost? No, I never actually announced that as my role. And
okay, then bring this over here.
Announced that as my role, and you guys just followed along with my clearly flawed navigational skills. So in effect, navigation clearly flawed.
I'll need to motivate the cut there for a sec. About here.
With my clearly flawed navigational skills, so in effect it's...
My gosh, I made that too tricky on myself though.
It's actually your fault that we're currently sick bugs!
Okay. That's good, I just need to get Misty to interrupt and we should be doing pretty darn good there.
Your fault that we're currently sick bugs. Yeah, I'm glad that you're starting to overcome your fears.
Yeah, it worked. Okay. Dupiter. Arcanid. Yeah, didn't like the idea of using cell phones, I guess so. What was wrong with the Tanuki? No, nothing's wrong with the Tanuki. It's awesome. I'm just saying the Tanuki looks, I'm just saying, like, I prefer that raccoons have more of distinct markings. So both the Tanuki and the badger have so both the Tanuki and the raccoon have similar markings, but I feel like the raccoon edges it out by the fact that the markings are more distinct and high contrast.
No, bugs that are unwell. So yeah, after the twerps are accosted by a group of mons who are all, we really should be recovering, but we just had to announce our infirmity to you.
Okay.
To which Ash is all, let's take our sick Pokemon. To which Ash is all, let's take our sick Pokemon towards this strange lake. To which Ash is all, let's take our sick Pokemon towards this strange lake that appears to be the source of the illness. Okay. Okay,
there we go. Put that there. We need to do at least with this, it's easier to.
Okay.
If there's only two people talking, it's easier to get them to overlap them. Yeah, no, it's only the design preference. I do like they've got a cool idea. They've got a cool sort of folklore around it. Not sure about the giant nutsack. That puts me off a bit, but I feel like that's more of a cultural difference. I prefer the leaves to the giant nutsack, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know if you've seen the Tanuki in Neo. They also like disguise themselves, and you have to fight them as like a version of you. It's very clever, but oh my gosh, they do the ultimate nutsack. Allow me to show you. Neo. What's it called? It's not Tanuki. Oh no, it was. I think it might have been the Anakuma actually. No, that wasn't it. Tanuki. I can't remember what the name of it was. Yeah, there it is. Mujina. Except it's clearly a badger. It's weird. It's like it's clearly based on a badger, but using the Tanuki thing. It's so weird. At least the face looks more like a bed. Looks like it. Dang it! Where's the? You can't get a close look at that thing, but you can see it there. Let's see. Open image in new tab. There we go. Oh my gosh, they made it so small. But yes, that's not a hat or a cloak. That's the gigantic nutsack. But yes. All right. I'll come back to that later.
Sick Gyarados. I mean, it's a...
Okay, then we need the Hua. Where's the reveal? Over here. Okay, bring that over.
Okay.
Needs a sound, I think. Otherwise, it seems kind of weird. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. For some reason, it's not. There we go.
Okay. Sick Gyarados.
There we go. The kids show that has an autistic raccoon. I know that they've been doing a bit more about autistic representation. There was one that was I can't remember what it was. It was an Irish one, I think, called Simon's World. No, there was one where it was just an autistic kid and it was done really well. And he had like a group of friends that were different, that showed like different aspects of the quote unquote spectrum. But yeah, was it Irish? No, I don't think it was Irish. No, that was a different one. But yeah, I haven't heard of the raccoon one though, and I know about the Muppet one as well, the Sesame Street one. Although that one was more darn it, I keep forgetting what the proper term is. High functioning is the wrong word, because usually like you're high functioning in some areas and low. I think it's like assisted living or something. I can't remember. It's something like you need extra help. Whereas it's better to do the ones where like you can almost, the sort of passing autism would be good as well. Carl the Collector. That's cool.
Okay. Sick Gyarados.
Arthur did a pretty good one too with back when Asperger's syndrome wasn't an iffy term. There was a good one that did. There was a, because back in the day, like in like the 2000s or so, it was that autism was meant to be like the people who like could barely talk, who were non-verbal, who need a lot of living assistance and that kind of thing. And Asperger's is what people think of as autistic today, which is that you can sometimes pass, sometimes you can suppress it and stuff like that. That was basically what Asperger's was. But then Yeah. Then it fell out of favor once everyone collectively realized, hey, maybe we shouldn't use the term that a Nazi used to decide who was going to go to the gas chambers. And now, and also because it was inaccurate as well. And now, like, everything's just on the spectrum. It's just with some traits you need more living assistance.
Sick Gyarados! I mean, it's a weird color, but if anything, it looks I mean, it's a weird color, but I mean, it's a weird color, but if anything, it looks overly healthy.
Yeah.
No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird. Freaking sick! Here. No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird. Overly healthy. No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is...
Yeah, well, like I said, Spectrum's kind of the... It's an easy thing to kind of visualize, so that's why it's not really out of favor, but like a better visualization would be a stat wheel and like Pokemon like Pokemon or like Persona or Yakuza or something like that. If you see a stat wheel, it's like that's the autism spectrum basically. Is that like there's some bits that people have more than others. Let's see.
Weird.
But yeah, a color wheel kind of makes it work pretty well as well.
English is weird. No, Gyarados, that is weird.
There we go.
English is weird. But no, it seems like Gyarados is at least in distress, but there's no time to dwell on it when... Whoa, check out those biceps. I thought 4Kids censored guns.
Okay.
But yes, we have been joined by Team Rocket, derogatory, as opposed to Team Rocket, affectionate, so that of course means an actual threat.
Okay, hold on. I'll add a few more bits and bobs
no,
here.
Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird, but no. Sick Gyarados!
Unlock that and bring that over.
Sick Gyarados! I mean, it's a weird color.
Oh, dang it. What I might do is bring this over a bit, so I'll use the trim tool to make it so that, yeah, that the expressions are gone. We'll skip past this part here. Oh, good, I knew there was a bit of Ash talking there. There we go. About that much.
I mean, it's a weird color, but if anything, it looks overly healthy. No, anything, it looks overly healthy.
A bit more? I can't really do that.
I mean, it's a weird color, but if...
Bit more?
Gyarados! I mean, it's a weird color, but if anything, it looks...
Bit more. Make it go a bit more. Yep. Yep. Stat graph. Yep.
Gyarados! I mean, it's a weird color, but if anything, it looks overly healthy. No, Gyarados! But if anything, it looks overly healthy.
Okay, about there. Then bring this over. Yep, I've got Brock talking too, so that should work. About here. Let's see what we can do.
Overly healthy. No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English. No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick!
Bit more, no,
English.
I don't want them there. What we can do, maybe, is get Misty to finish talking and then have... Because I know Brock talks a little bit earlier. There we go. But it doesn't quite do... No, it doesn't quite work. I can still get him to say English is weird, though. There we go.
No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird, but no...
Oh wait, hang on, I need to bring it over, sorry. About here. There we go, about here-ish. There we go.
English is weird, but no, it seems...
Yay, got it. Oh no, the Switch 2, yes, everyone wants to get one thanks to Pacopia. I want to get one too, but it's too expensive right now. We can't, it's not in the budget. I will have to get one eventually for Winds and Waves, but yeah, it's still a while off. But I want Pacopia too. Hi, Tuanlito. Tuanlito.
Gyarados. I mean, it's a weird color, but if anything, it looks overly healthy. No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird. But no, it seems like Gyarados is at least in distress, but...
I feel like that should have overlapped.
Gyarados! I mean, it...
Yeah, that's not enough. We need a bit more. Maris. That's it. I keep forgetting. Maris. That's it. Mario Kart and DK Bonanza. I hear Mario Kart's not as great, at least not compared to the other one. Mind you, I guess it's like how the next Smash Brothers is going to be really hard to compete with Ultimate. Here we go.
I mean, it's a weird color, but if anything, it...
Oh,
Sick Gyarados! I mean, it's a weird color.
I knew that Pacopia was going to be pretty good because I was a huge fan of Dragon Quest Builders 2. And this is the same team that made Dragon Quest Builders 2. Square Enix made the first Dragon Quest Builders, but then they outsourced for the second one, and the second one was amazing and did so many things better with quality of life and stuff like that on the Dragon Quest Builders formula. So yeah, I knew that, like, this is basically them making Dragon Quest Builders 3 except Pokemon, and it works really well.
But if anything, it looks overly healthy. No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird. But no, it seems like Gyarados...
If I move this over, that might actually make it work a bit better.
No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird.
There we go, maybe there.
Healthy. No, Gyarados, that is freaking sick! English is weird. But no, it seems like Gyarados is at least in distress, but there's no time to dwell on it when... Whoa, check out those biceps! I thought 4Kids censored.
Okay, where's the, just double checking here. Yep, we're still good. Okay. Okay, the biceps. Okay, can't let you leave. Yeah, we want that clip. Here we go. Let's get this going. Don't need that. Let's skip ahead, please.
You've actually seen that red Gyarados. You can't leave. Hold on. I regret to inform you that since you've actually seen that red Gyarados, you can't leave.
I hate how that cuts over sometimes.
Guns.
I regret to
Oh, there we go.
that since you've
Censored guns.
I regret to inform you that since you've actually seen that red Gyarados, you can't leave. You can't leave.
But yes, we have been joined by Team Rocket, derogatory.
I might give it a... I might cut it down as much as possible. There we go.
But yes, we have been joined by Team Rocket. But yes, we have been joined by...
About there, cool.
By Team Rocket, derogatory, as opposed to Team Rocket affectionate, so that of course means an actual threat. Sir, no killing. Sir, no killing children. Remember the 4th edition of the rulebook? It says...
Okay.
Hey, that letter!
Dang it! I was sure there was a grunt talking at some point. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can do a bit of creative editing here. Hold on.
I regret to inform you that since you've actually seen that red Gyarados, you can't leave.
Hang on, did I miss something? Let's see. Oh wait, sorry, it's the wrong one here. So that of course means an actual threat. Hold on a second.
By Team Rocket.
Okay, sorry, that should be over here. That's a bit different. That's more like it.
I regret to inform you that.
So that, of course, means an actual threat.
I regret to inform you that since.
Not liking that sound there. I'll have to get rid of that. There we go. There we go.
An actual threat.
I regret to.
An actual threat.
I regret to inform you that since you've actually seen that red Gyarados, you can't leave.
Cool.
Children, remember the.
Gyarados, you can't leave.
Sir, no killing children. Remember.
Ah, yep, you can always cut to a reaction shot.
Red Gyarados, you can't leave.
Sir, no killing children. Remember.
Let's do a freeze frame
Sir,
here.
no killing.
Don't do the tape cut there. Bring it over here. Cut that. Use the trim. Bring it over so that. Hang on a second.
Remember the fourth.
Okay, then we'll freeze the clip. That's good. There we go.
Sir, no killing children. Remember the 4th edition of the rule book.
Oh, darn it! I forgot that I need to sound edit a bit first.
It says no killing children on live TV, and I don't see no cameras. Of the rule book, it says no. I'm in danger. I'm in danger.
That one's the first one's better.
I'm in danger. But luckily, before Tyson here can live up to his namesake and fight dirty, who shows up to save the day? But
Oh, that's right. I need to bring in something from Chronicles.
But luckily, the fight
Here,
dirty, who shows up
Fabulence.
to save the day? But
Okay.
run like the children you really should be treated like. I'll deal with the murder. Run like the.
Okay. Move over. Where's that? There it is. Chronicles. I think it was the first episode of Chronicles where she says Fabulence. Hold on. Now, where does she? I know she mentions Fabulence around here. I could probably read audiobooks pretty. I could probably be one of those audiobook speed readers, considering how fast I have to skim through Pokemon sometimes.
Much I've changed?
No, Typhlosion.
And everyone I try to make into a grand performance.
Oh, I thought she said.
When they watch me, I want them to laugh and have fun.
Huh.
I guess making people happy makes me happy.
Hey, do you remember the
Yeah, sure, of course I do. Maybe
There we go. There we go.
You'll be a great Pokemon master just like Fabulence.
You mean that dude who wears a cape?
Yeah, he's so amazing, strong, brave, and majorly cute.
You know, he's not. Whoa, you're really into him. Big time.
Yeah, you bet. Someday he and I will team up and we'll become the biggest stars on the whole entire planet.
You know what? Training Pokemon and being a.
It's like the only time she says Fabulence.
Who's that?
Fabulence.
There we go. Put that down here. Just the audio, I think.
Who shows up to save the day? But
Fabulence.
Cool, got it. Let's see. Tyson wishes to kill children, it's true. I mean, our Team Rocket's tried to kill children in the past, but I think that was just a one-off. It's like Superman. They were like, maybe we shouldn't try to kill people, kill children in future. If you only wait, I'm sorry. There's a question here. If I had 2-ish hours to show part of the show you reviewed so far, what 5 or 6 episodes from the first 5 seasons? Oi, let's see. Okay, definitely Charmander. Go West Young Meowth's pretty good. Pikachu Revolts, Double Trouble Hitter, Joy of Water Pokemon, and the Bell Tolls. Now, let's see. Some of those are true. I'm not sure about for the Bell Tolls, because that's kind of a referencing something that you never really see again. But it is really pretty, and I guess it is also good for showing off the Japanese culture that they had to do. I'm also let's see. And Go West Young Meowth is very good, although you might want to put it out of order maybe, because then you've got 2 abused Pokemon in a row. So maybe make it so that Go West Young Meowth is the 4th one. Like you start off with Charmander. You do a fun silly one after Charmander. Then you do another one, and then possibly Meowth, and then finish off with something good. I'd say let's see. Joy of Water Pokemon is tricky, because although that is an excellent episode, I'm not sure if it's an episode that's interesting for just kind of a fun evening to introduce them to Pokemon. It's but at the same time, it's hard for me to think of ones that are better off the bat. But but a lot of those other ones are really good as well. Like this is only me just kind of saying things without any alternatives here. So let me just dwell on that for a little bit. Overall, they are very good, though. Just trying to think here. Let's see. If it's I'm just trying to think of some really good battles, or possibly a really good gym. I mean, we're talking about Lance here, but Drake's battle is pretty darn good, but that's a double episode. But yeah, it's a tricky one. Let's see. Let me just think on that one for a bit. But yes, bring in Fabulence, and also bring in. Make sure this is again.
You mean that dude who wears a cape?
Please refrain from touching the cape. Okay.
Fabulence!
You mean that dude who wears a cape?
Run like the children you really...
Okay, now there's a clip here, which is go into the woods. Oh, actually, was it another good episode that you could put in as kind of an intro would be like the Pokemopolis episode. That one's kind of dark in a fun way. And it's got sort of the sort of kaiju Godzilla feel to it, which is kind of weird. And it's got tribal tattoo Jigglypuff, which is pretty amazing. Actually, a good episode it's a good kind of introduction would be kind of the ultimate test or whatever it was. I can't remember what the official name of it was. Yeah, the Jigglypuff scene from above. It's always a good time. I'd recommend the Sabrina battle, but unfortunately that one's actually got a bit of continuity to it, so you can't really show that as a standalone. That one's got some of the best jokes though. Dang it, wrong button.
You should be treated like, I'll deal with the murderous meathead.
Okay, 235. That's right. Off into the woods, please. Okay.
Hey, you kids, turn and run back into the woods. Hurry!
Okay, bring that over. Footage, please. Yep.
The cape? Hey, you kids.
About there. Then let's unlock it. Perfect. Bring that over and bring this over here. But it is a tricky one. But I think, no, I mean, like, obviously, I think all of those episodes are perfectly fine. I'm just trying to think of, like, what my personal one would be. It's like, I don't think if they wouldn't be interested in Pokemon, they wouldn't be interested after those 5 as well, but they're really cool.
Kids, hey you kids, turn and run back into the woods.
That's kind of a weird thing to say. Hey kids, turn back to the...
Who wears a cape? Hey you kids, turn and run back into the woods.
Fabulance!
You mean that dude?
I might just bring it. I'll bring in a clip from earlier.
So tell.
Okay, about there.
Fabulance!
You mean that dude who wears a cape? Hey.
Dang it! I had it for a second. Where's it? Darn it!
You mean that dude who wears a cape? Hey, you kids, turn and run back into the woods.
Isn't that the same voice actor?
Children, you really should be
Run back into the woods.
Run like the children you really should be treated.
Okay, bring that. Bring over the. There it is. About here. Cool.
Hey, you kids, turn and run back into the woods.
Run like the children you really should be treated like.
All right. Ethan was Sean Schimmel. How did I not hear Sean Schimmel there? I guess it's just because he's using the high voice.
Like, I'll deal with the murderous meathead. Run like the children you really should be treated like. I'll deal with the murderous meathead.
That's
You
good.
mean that dude?
He's up to save today, but
Oh, wow!
Darn it! I know he does a pose at some point. I guess he doesn't do a pose until the next episode. That's fine. About here. There we go.
Fabulance!
You mean that dude who wears a cape? Hey, you kids, turn and run back into the woods.
run like the children you really should be treated like. I'll deal with the murderous meathead.
Okay. And now I need to do some more sound editing. Hold on.
So Lance makes quick work of the.
Sorry, I was just putting on a... Well, it's gone now. It is called Vegan Suck, but I'm guessing that especially with the lo-fi audience, I'm guessing he means it ironically. He probably is a vegan himself, I bet you. But yep.
Like the children you really should be treated like. I'll deal with the murderous meathead.
Then.
And since I can't imply
No.
So Lance makes quick.
Yeah, I left out that marriage joke. It didn't quite work. It would have been hard to explain.
So Lance makes quick work of the grunts, and then wow, Ash knew something about him. So Lance makes quick work of the grunts, and then wow, Ash. So Lance makes quick work of the grunts, and then wow, Ash knew something about the society he lives in before we see him learn it. You may be good, Lance, but Ash, you may.
There we go. Bring that over to the side a little.
That was cool what you did back there. Thanks so much. Pikachu, are you feeling a little better?
Oh wait, no, he mentions it earlier. Hold on.
Hey, kids, turn her back into the woods. Hurry!
Okay, yay, okay.
Oh, that's a better clip. That's a better clip. It actually it matches. That matches the Fabulence way better. There we go. Because the other one was just in the woods. There we go.
Fabulence! You mean that?
Actually, I might just reverse that and just make it. I feel like I am somewhat. I feel like I'm being somewhat disingenuous with how the episode actually goes, but it's getting it across. Reverse speed, please.
Fabulence! You mean
To save the day, but
Fabulence! You mean that dude who wears a cape?
Yeah, I made it so that it does, so that it fits together a bit better.
Fabulence! You mean that dude who wears a cape?
There we go.
so Lance makes quick work of the grunts, and then wow, Ash knew something about this.
Well, if was it Jesse can have a natural purple, well, natural cerise.
Before we see him learn it.
That's one of my, well, not. That was one of the more fun things that I learned, was that that's actually I couldn't quite name the color of what Jesse's hair was, and then I found out cerise. Yeah, that's Jesse's hair right there. Apparently it's meant to be, it's like a cherry thing, but yeah, dark pink. Fabulence is more actual pink.
See him learn it? You may be good, Lance, but I've beaten you once before, and
Oh boy, this whole thing. Oh, this is going to be such an annoying bit of dubbing.
That was cool what you did back there. Thanks so much.
That's right! You're the undisputed champion of the Elite Four!
Awesome. You're that totally
Elite Four!
awesome. You're that totally unbeatable Dragonite trainer.
There we go. Bring that over.
you may be.
You're that totally unbeatable Dragonite trainer.
You may be good, Lance, but
Maybe a bit more.
I've beaten you once before, and I'll do it again. I have never met you, Blue Child. I have never met you, Blue Child.
First one's better.
Do it again. I have never met you, Blue Child. I have never met you, Blue Child. Okay.
Wait, isn't Pink Saiyan here one of the new Saiyans? It's like Super Saiyan God Saiyan or something like that? Or was it the blue one? There's a Super Saiyan Pink Saiyan where the
You, Blue
pink here
Child.
means something.
Oh, come on, you can't fool me just because you dyed your hair. It's still the same style. You can't fool me just because you dyed your hair. It's still the state. It's still the same style. I don't know. Same style. I don't know why you changed your name though. Drake was way more thematically appropriate. Oh, come on. I may have a. Oh, come on, I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that.
That was it, Super Saiyan. Yeah. Super Saiyan Rose.
It was way more thematically appropriate. Oh, come on, I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that.
I was tempted to make a rapper joke, but for one thing, who knows what he'll do next, and for another thing, it's usually better to go for the pop culture references that are far in the it's better to use retro dated references than current references, because they have a chance of aging really poorly. Pot roast.
Start over here.
Okay, I need to hang on, there should be a pause there.
Mustache like that.
Is that long enough or
Mustache
short?
like that. I think we
Too long. A bit shorter.
mustache like that. I think we need to start over here.
There we go.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's better.
Agreed. Agreed. Wow, it's Lance. Wow, it's wow, it's Lance. I think we need to start over here. Agreed. Wow, it's Lance. But apparently Lance is working as a part of a specialized unit that prevents major Pokemon crimes called the International Police. But apparently Lance is working as part of a specialized unit that prevents major Pokemon crimes called the International Police. Pokemon G-Men.
There we go. That's a better one. We'll bring it over. That one's a bit distracting. Moving forward.
But apparently Lance is working as part of a specialized unit that prevents major Pokemon crimes called the International Police. Pokemon G-Men. Still a whole generation away. Still a whole generation away from that one, but you have to admit, yeah, we're still a whole generation away from that one, but you have to admit, Lance is a bit of a looker. But you have to admit, Lance is a bit of a looker.
Yeah, a bit of one.
In Gen 1, the International Police was...
Okay. Where's that rim shot? I know the rim shot's around here somewhere. Okay, I really need to sort these audios. Oy, I need to make an audio bin. Okay. There's a funeral bell, the flamethrower. There it is. There we go.
A looker.
Put it maybe in so it's a little bit.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Bring it down a little bit. There we go.
Wait, in Generation 1, the International Police was mistranslated as the Global Police, so maybe G-Men... Pokemon G-Men. Yeah, we're still a whole generation away from that one, but you have to admit, Lance is a bit of a looker.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still a whole generation away from that one, but you have to admit...
Okay, let's get this annoying bit out of the way.
That totally unbeatable Dragonite trainer.
You may be good, Lance, but I've beaten you.
At least Lance has a lot of lip flaps. Just hope that Ash is a bit of an equivalent.
Well, I don't know about the totally part, but yes, my name is Lance. Well, I don't know about the totally part.
Okay, about there.
It's before and I'll do it again. I have never met you, Blue Child. Oh, come on. Blue Child. blue child.
There we go, perfect, lovely. Bring that over there and clip it so that it's frozen. Thank you, sir.
Again, I have never met you, blue child. Oh, come on.
Middle-aged man by the time we get started on Diamond and Pearl. It's true. Maybe things will get faster, but it's impossible to know, especially maybe my mental health will get better. It got worse. It's possible for it to get better. So we'll see how things go.
You may be good, Lance, but I've beaten you once.
Lance.
Oh, wow, I can't believe my luck.
There we go. About there. There we go.
You may be good, Lance, but I've beaten you once before and I'll do it again. You once before and I'll do it again. I have never met you, blue child. Oh, come on. You can't fool me just... Oh, come on. You can't fool... Oh, come on. You...
About there.
can't fool me.
My name's Ash.
That's right.
Come on, Ash. Talk. There we go. Talk.
Going on your lake rage. Yeah, rage.
You know what kind?
Oh, there's only like
Kind?
a tiny one. Maybe I can put in a bit more later.
And you can't fool me just because you dyed your...
I have a strong hunch. It has something to do with the red saw.
No, yeah, that'd be so awesome. This is so
There we go.
awesome. That would be so awesome. Please don't be
No way. That one.
Slam with your job, Lance.
There we go. Yeah, it's true. That's what I was considering doing for Hoenn. We'll have to see how good I am. I want to be able to just do really quick capsule reviews, but it feels like my brain won't let me do that. We'll have to see if it's a bit easier with Hoenn being unbelievably formulaic at times.
You can't fool me just because you dyed your hair. It's still the same style. I don't know why you changed your name, though. Drake was way more...
No way. The forest is a very dangerous place.
Wait, I have a good idea.
It's up to no good as usual with some kind of experiment going on here at Lake Rage.
You know what kind?
I have
Your rage. What kind?
I have a strong hunch. It has something to do with the red saw.
No, yeah. Milo,
About there.
we'll help you out.
I'll do a reversal of that one. That should make it work pretty well. Change clip speed, reverse speed, change it. Thank
I
you,
don't
sir.
know why you changed your name, though. Drake was way more thematically appropriate. Oh, come on. I made you more thematically... Changed your name, though. Drake...
I'll cut there and then clip this. Well, I'll not clip it, freeze frame it. There we go.
You changed your name, though. Drake was way more thematically appropriate. Oh, come on. I may have a...
Okay, what was the, hang on, let me just quickly check that. It was, there we go. So either 111 or 112. Let's try 111 first. Orange Islands, footage, 111, there we go. Oh no, well yeah, heavily formulaic shows can be super comforting too. That's why people find my videos comforting, is because I have a big formula as well.
Entering the arena is Drake, leader of the Orange Crew and the undefeated Pomelo Island
that'll work. Okay, bring that over there. We'll put that over there, and except we'll reverse the well, we'll flip it, but first we need to freeze frame it. Then we'll flip it, and then bring it in closer, and then we'll put this over the top, and we'll make it so that he's... What's the best one? Probably lighter color? No. Multiplied probably work better. This screen. Multiplied probably be work best, but we need to turn the opacity down as well. Cool. Then click cross dissolve. There we go.
No, Drake was way more thematically appropriate. Oh, come on, I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a moustache.
Okay, there we go. Oh, the best part about moving is a fresh start of actually organizing the house, and the worst part is everything else. It's so hard to get into a new groove.
Dear Persian,
It's nothing.
you clown. I'm very sorry, but about the totally part, but yeah,
My luck. My name's Ash, and my name's Misty.
I'm Brock, pleased to meet you. About the totally part, but yes, my name is Lance.
No, I want kind of a steering part. Gotta get this just right, I think, because it's one of the better jags I got. Better gags I got. A jag.
No way. The forest is a very dangerous place with lots of twists and turns, and I couldn't take responsibility for what might happen to all.
There we go. Gotcha.
For what might happen to all of you.
Freeze frame.
I think we need... Come on, I may have a cape, but I look nothing...
There we go, that'll work. That'll work. No, I haven't moved yet, but that's one of the reasons why things were so slow. It's because we need to prepare to do so, because yeah, the rent's getting much too high. We have to move to a place with a lower rent. But yeah. We haven't moved yet. It'll be starting next month though, and we have to get everything sorted, especially since we have to break the lease on the current one, so that means we have to have the house always ready for viewings. So everything has to be super tidy, which is good in some ways, but yeah, no.
Oh, come on, I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a moustache. Nothing like Drake. I could never grow a moustache.
We're getting there. It needs to get the timing just right. Yeah, still New Zealand, yeah. You think I'd move somewhere that isn't New Zealand? Oh, it's a nightmare to immigrate anywhere at the moment. Not to mention, flights are about to start getting way more expensive too, thanks to the Hormuz thing. Because, yeah, people tend to forget it's like, yes, that the Hormuz thing makes petrol or gas more expensive, but jet fuel is made from the same stuff, so flights are getting more expensive now as well. Besides, the only place I could go that would offer me a smooth immigration would be Canada, because I'm technically a Canadian citizen because my dad's Canadian. But yeah. It's weird because, yeah. I don't think they do it anymore, but I was lucky enough that there was a system in Canada where if your dad was born in Canada, then you are a Canadian citizen. So I've never visited Canada, but I could immigrate there instantly. Well, I could immigrate there really easily if I wanted to.
Nothing like Drake.
I mean, like, out of all the horrible things that are happening right now, I think Ormuz might actually have some of the best knock-on effects, because it'll force people not to rely on fossil fuels so much now that they know it can be so easily subverted by horrible influences. So maybe it'll help push other countries towards clean energy. Maybe I just hope it happens soon. Yeah.
I could never grow a mustache like that. I think. Okay, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that.
That works. See if I can.
Could never grow a mustache like that.
Maybe.
I could never grow.
Dang it! I need to get the timing just right, and it's not quite getting there yet.
A mustache.
Come on, where's the timing? Yeah, I've heard that Canada's not, well, all countries aren't good in lots of ways. Yeah. Even like the places that are meant to be sort of like have a lot better like welfare and stuff, like the Scandinavian countries also have their problems at the moment as well. Yeah. I wouldn't mind checking out Denmark. I always had an affinity for Denmark. Not just because of the Lego either. But yeah. I've only really got two sort of ancestral places. There's England, which there's England, which I really don't want to be associated with almost as much as the US. There's but my two other major bloodlines are Canada, like I said, and I'm also a quarter Welsh as well. I did quite like Wales as well also.
Something like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that. Something like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that.
Okay, I'll need to do an annoying clip in there. Dang it. Okay, so we'll grab this. Then cut that there, snip that out, bring it over to the other side. About there, bring that back.
Like that.
Okay, then freeze frame that. There we go.
That. I think we... Oh, come on, I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that. Oh, come on, I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that. I think we need to start over here. Agreed. Wow, it's Lance! But apparently...
Okay. Oh, I know I was over here, so hopefully this is the most annoying lip sync I have to do. Yeah, get back here. There we go.
I think we need to... I think...
About there.
I think we need to start over here. Here.
Okay, do we have him doing have him sort of steering with serious face? There we go, serious face.
Man, I'm here to uncover any foul play at Lake Rage. As I'm investigating.
Okay, about there, perfect. Bring that over here. Most of our oil in the US is domestic. The only reason the gas prices are increasing... Ah, yeah. Well, if most of the oil in the US is domestic, then Okay, that's fine, but I'm talking about here in New Zealand. It's like we're being screwed over by Ormus, and hopefully that'll push us towards a bit more clean energy and alternate sources. But
Never met you, blue child. Oh, come on. You can't fool me just because... I don't know why you changed your name, though. Drake was way more thematically appropriate. Oh, come on. I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like... Drake. I could never grow a... Drake. I could never grow a...
dang it, I need to...
Drake. I could never...
Maybe if I speed that up, it just doesn't quite hit right. Let's see if I can speed it up a little.
Drake. I could never... Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that.
Hey, that worked. Good. Nice. I was worried that would be a bit too smooth. Yep.
I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that. I think we need...
Yay, got it. Alright.
We need to start over here. Need to start over here. Agreed. What? Agreed. What?
About there. Then freeze frame. Thank you, sir.
Need to start over here. Agreed. Wow, it's Lance.
Hooray! Okay. I think that's one of the worst clip gags I've got for this episode, so hopefully it's smooth sailing from here.
You're that totally unbeatable Dragonite trainer.
You may be good, Lance, but I've beaten you once before and I'll do it again. I have never met you, blue child. Oh, come on. You can't fool me just because you dyed your hair. It's still the same style. I don't know why you changed your name, though. Drake was way more thematically appropriate. Oh, come on. I may have a cape, but I look nothing like Drake. I could never grow a mustache like that. I think we need to start over here. Agreed. Wow, it's Lance! But apparently Lance is working as part of a specialized unit that prevents major Pokemon crimes called the International Police. I mean Pokemon G-Men. Yeah, we're still a whole generation away from that one, but you have to admit, Lance is a bit of a looker. Wait, in Generation 1, Lance is a bit of a looker. Wait, in Generation 1, the International Police was mistranslated as the Global Police, so maybe G-Men stands for Global Men. I'd almost buy that if I thought they put literally any more thought into the name beyond what they did. I'd almost... Yeah. I'd almost...
Bring that over there.
For Global Men. I'd almost buy that if I thought they put literally any more thought into the name before just wanting it to be like the Pokemon FBI, but enough cynicism.
Cynicism.
But enough cynicism to be like the Pokemon FBI. But
There we go.
the Pokemon FBI. But enough cynicism. We just found out about a new organization that opposes Team Rocket, and that's awesome. So why is Lance, and by extension the G-Men, here? An experiment to make cupcakes out of red.
Yep. This is me imitating Phalus. Well, not imitating Phalus, but no. My favorite gag of Phalus is one that I always try to implement whenever I can. I'll tell you it in a sec, but first, my idea of comfort food is probably a mushroom baconator from Wendy's. That is my ultimate comfort food. It makes me feel slightly better no matter how bad I'm feeling. It's a little expensive over here, but yeah, the mushroom baconator from Wendy's is probably the ultimate. Just kind of that's what makes me that puts me in my happy place the quickest. I have other favorite foods, and I have other foods that I like more than it, but it is definitely the comfort one. But
an experiment to make cupcakes out of red.
Okay, this one, yeah, the gag that I was talking about with Phalus was one of my favorite reviews of his was for Smiley, and it was that wonderful introduction part where they said, and then he creeps up behind you, and then what does he do? He wishes them a happy birthday. But so this is my equivalent, where he's like, what experiments do they do? Hold on.
As one of the Pokemon G-Men, I'm here to uncover any foul play at Lake Range.
Pokemon G-Man?
That's right. Our main purpose as a detective unit is to travel the countryside in dangerous anywhere from Pokemon. It appears to me that Team Rocket is up to no good as usual with some kind of experiment going on here at Lake Rage.
You know, me.
Lake Rage.
You know what kind?
You know, experiment. Good as usual with some Team Rocket. Team Rocket is up to no good as usual with some kind of experiment going on here at Lake Rage.
You know what kind?
Okay, about there. Okay, bring that in. Old Man and Wabu are fine running gags, but I'm meaning individual gags for Phalos. The thing is, for me, like, no, like, I have no beef whatsoever with his change in direction. I do enjoy his budget animation and his toy reviews and tons of other stuff, but he's at his absolute best when he does horror movies, and I tune back in whenever he does anything horror related because that's just his greatest strength to me. I would never say like, oh, he needs to go back to his strengths, because obviously like he's in his niche and I want him to be able to be happy doing what he does. I don't want to force him to do horror if it's not something that he enjoys. I'm just saying, like, for myself, it's just like I got into him for his horror reviews and they're always my favorite. I can't. Yeah, that's also where my second favorite gag from Phalos was in Silent Hill Revelations, where it's just like, oh, he cut my arms off. He cut off the guy's arms in front of me, but maybe he'll give me ice cream. Oh no, he cut my arms off too. That one had me rolling on the floor for a while.
On here at Lake Rage.
You know what kind?
Though I will say, that Beauty and the Beast is a classic for a reason. Not so much for the old man, but more for the Beauty just having that absolute blank expression on her face the entire time.
An experiment to make cupcakes out of rainbows. What kind do you think?
Okay, let's get the sink in there. Let that sink in. The lip sync, not the other joke that got ruined. Hey, I thought I unlinked you. Let me try that again. There it is.
An experiment to make cupcakes out of rainbows. What kind do you think?
Oh, it was so close.
An experiment to make cupcakes out of rainbows. What kind do you think?
Nah, it needs to sound more heroic. The first one was better.
So the twerps gear up to impose themselves, as is tradition. No, but Ash does seem quite put out. So the twerps gear up to impose themselves, as is tradition. Is Lance, and by extension the G-Men, here.
Team Rocket is up to no good as usual with some kind of experiment going on here at Lake Rage.
You know what kind?
An experiment to make cupcakes out of rainbows. What kind do you think? So the twerps gear up to impose themselves. So the twerp think.
I should do that annoying freeze frame thing again. Copy. Paste. There it is. Clip. Freeze. There it is.
An experiment to make cupcakes out of rainbows. What kind do you think? So the twerps gear up.
Needs to be a bit snappier there. Bring it over.
Post them. So the twerps gear up to impose themselves, as is tradition. No, but Ash.
Alright. I remember the gag I was going to do here. Let's see if I can find it.
I have a strong hunch.
Oh, it was an A&W. It was the A&W Root Beer Tuba music. Is that what it was? Because like we found the original music, but it was clearly from a stock thing. I didn't realize it was clearly from like one of those stock CDs. I didn't realize they actually used it in ads.
Can we please help you with your job, Lance?
Because we don't have A&W, and well, You can get imported A&W here, but yeah, it's hard to get and it's expensive. And we don't have any kind of restaurant.
No way! The forest is a very dangerous place with lots of twists and turns.
It's so weird to me when I found out it's like, wait, there's an A&W restaurant? It's like finding out there's a Pepsi restaurant in the UK or something like that. The Coca-Cola restaurant. Yeah.
And I couldn't take responsibility for what might happen to all of you. I must insist you follow this path, and you'll get to the riverbank that will lead the three of you to Mahogany Town.
But we really want to help.
I'm very sorry, but no.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Bring that over.
But we really want.
So the twerps gear up to impose themselves, as is tradition.
But we really want to help.
I'm very sorry, but no.
No, but Ash does.
Okay.
Then there's the ultimate internet joke. Here it comes. The
Adventure is just beginning, so stay tuned.
The ultimate internet film reviewer joke. There it is. Gotta do it every now and again.
But we really want to help.
I'm very sorry, but no.
Okay.
Oh dang it! Forgot to put the sound in. There it is.
Okay.
The ultimate internet reviewer joke. Yep. Oh, that's right. Hobie, 1 year supply of... Yeah. I hate cream soda, but I love root beer. So for me, it was just kind of like, why didn't he get a year supply of root beer? Now that I could get behind. But, yeah.
Twerps gear up to impose themselves, as is tradition.
But we really want to help.
I'm very sorry, but no.
Okay.
No, but Ash does seem quite put out. No, but Ash does seem quite put out. You are all literally children.
Was A&W was root beer first, right? Let me just check that. It would be weird if it was cream soda first. It's funny how it's in restaurants. Let's see. Was it restaurants first? Hold on a second. It's a fast food restaurant distinguished by its burger family combos, draft root beer, and root beer floats. Okay, so it was root beer first. Yeah, it was root beer first. Roy Allen set up a roadside drink stand offering root beer at a parade. Returning World War I veterans, dang. Let's see. Oh, it was a okay. Very technically it was a root beer first, but it was a restaurant like way earlier than I thought. I thought they did, I thought that it was a restaurant like much later after it was an established beverage company, but no. It was root beer for a tiny bit, but then it was mostly a restaurant. So cool. No, yeah. Numi's the one good lifeguard, and Hobie's Mitch's son, or so we're led to believe.
No, but Ash does seem quite put out. You are all
Okay, did I have a clip there? Let's see, it was oh my gosh, the gags are good, but man, I'm tempted to just leave this entire section out. We'll see how long it is, but and maybe I won't do a second pass on it. But I do like the gag though.
You are all literally children. The man with illegal biceps threatened to kidnap. The man with illegal biceps threatened to kidnap you at best. Team Rocket is a national crime syndicate. Why in the name of whatever we worship? Why in the name of whatever we worship would I want to have 3 amateur miners assist in police affairs? Besides, I'd look
Actually, no, I think I got a good compromise there. I'll just have that part. That'll work out.
Why in the name of... Seem quite put out. Why in the name of what... Why in the...
That's right.
But we really want to help.
I'm very sorry, but no.
Okay.
A bit more.
I couldn't take responsibility. I must insist you follow this path. And you'll get to the riverbank that will lead the three of you.
Why in the name of whatever we... no, but Ash does...
And I think I put a line in there to help bridge it. Let's take a look. Not bridge it, obviously, but bridge it. To bridge the lines, you know what I mean. Okay. Ah, not you. Get back here. There we go.
What?
There we go.
If I put out... What? Why in the name of whatever... What? Why in the name of whatever we worship would I want to have 3 amateur miners...
Actually, no. I think just having Lance there will work out fine. Let's just get the.
Police affairs. Besides, I'd look ridiculous.
Oh, there we go.
I must insist you follow this path.
Okay, about there. About there.
Assistant police affairs. Besides, I'd look ridiculous. Yes, the cape is...
Okay, I need a pause, but not too long. That can work. Is it with Germany in their titles for? Germans love their Baywatch because they love their Hasselhoff. I can't remember why Hasselhoff was so popular in Germany. I think it was because he was very vocal about his support for the Berlin Wall or something like that. I can't remember. I think he was just popular because he was. It just happened to be. It's like big in Japan. His music career just happened to take off in Germany.
Ridiculous. Yes.
Also because he has such a German name, maybe.
Yes, the cape is necessary. Ridiculous. Yes, the cape is necessary.
Shorten that a bit.
I'd look ridiculous. Yes, the cape is necessary. And yes, I'm a natural pink. Enough questions. Enough questions. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Knight Rider was what made it popular. Got it. That was, and that's the Berlin Wall. Yeah, it was a concert when it was a Hasselhoff agreed to a concert when the Berlin Wall came down. Yeah, and that kind of made him sort of a cultural touchstone. So okay, it was mostly Knight Rider. That makes sense. Knight Rider was cool. Well, I mean, like the aesthetic was cool. I don't know anything about the.
Yes, the cape is necessary. And yes, I'm a natural pink. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. Ah, Legion of Thunder jump scare.
Couldn't take responsibility. I must suppose that.
But no help.
Sorry, no.
Okay.
There we go.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, Legion of Thunder. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Oh yeah, Hasselhoff in the SpongeBob movie. I wonder if it was similar to the sort of the chicken jockey in Minecraft. It's just like, yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, Legion of Thunder jump scare. This is ridiculous. Yes, the cape is necessary. And yes, ridiculous.
Okay, I think there's a shot of the twerps. Yes. Okay, about there. Freeze frame, there we go.
I'd look ridiculous. Yes, the cape is necessary. Ridiculous. Yes, the cape is necessary. And yes, I'm a natural pink.
Well, I don't know. I'm investigating.
I'm investigating.
And yes, I'm a natural pink. Meanwhile, and yes, I'm a natural pink. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
That actually worked out pretty well. It's quite funny. Okay.
Why in the name of whatever we worship would I want to have 3 amateur miners assist in police affairs? Besides, I'd look ridiculous. Yes, the...
Oh, that's a good reminder. Hold on.
No, but Ash does seem quite put out. Why in the name of whatever we worship would I want to have 3 amateur miners assist in police affairs? Besides, I'd look ridiculous. Yes, the cape is necessary. And yes, I'm a natural pink. And is necessary. And yes, I'm a natural pink. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Baywatch Australia, awesome. That one actually makes a little bit of sense because we do have because Australia has a tradition of like well, it's got a very famous beach, and we've got a soap opera named Home and Away. Hobie and Away. No, Home and Away, which has lifeguarding being somewhat a part of it.
Legion of Thunder jump scare. Yep, this is why I took that detour into Chronicles a couple of episodes ago, because we actually got more continuity from that than from most of the movies. Kind of weird that they use kind of weird that they use Sebastian instead of Nanba, who was literally shown to be more kind of weird they used Sebastian instead of Namba, who was literally shown to be more of a specialist in frequency-based approach.
Getting there.
Aren't you our navigator, Brock? Shouldn't you know?
Hey, you kid!
Can't fool me just because you died. I don't know. I think we need to start over here. Agreed. Wow, it's Lance! But apparently Lance is working as part of... Why is Lance, and by extension the G-Men, here?
Team Rocket is up to no good as usual with some kind of experiment going on here at Lake Rage.
You know what kind?
An experiment to make cupcakes out of rainbows. What kind do you think? So the twerps gear up to impose themselves, as is tradition.
But we really want to help.
Why in the name of whatever we worship would I want to have 3 amateur miners assist in police affairs? Besides, I'd look ridiculous. Yes, the cape is necessary. And yes, I'm a natural pink. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom... Ah, Legion of Thunder jump scare. Yep, this is why I took that detour. This is why I took that...
Alright, just a sec, guys. I just need... Was it, hard to explain this. The power the plan we have with the power company gives us 1 hour of 1 hour of free electricity. So I need to quickly just set up the washing machine to go. So I'll be back in just a sec. Where's the mute? Okay. Alright, I'm back for one last hour, but tomorrow is the big one. Tomorrow is a big old 8-hour thing. Hopefully we'll get 1.5 of them done, but yep. So let me just see if I can get as far, or maybe halfway before the hour is up. What's up with Ned Kelly? Ned Kelly is very Australian. He is not New Zealand. People are like, oh, Australia, New Zealand. It's like, it's only because we're both white. New Zealand and Australia are very far away. New Zealand is a 4-hour flight. The Philippines are closer to Australia by a very large margin.
Yep, this is why I took that detour into Chronicles a couple of episodes ago, because we actually got more continuity from that than from most of the movies. Kind of weird they used Sebastian instead of Number, who was literally to be more... Yep, this is why I took that detour into Chronicles a couple of episodes ago, because we actually got more continuity from that than from most of the movies. Kind of weird they used Sebastian instead of Number, who... most of the movies. Kind of weird they used Sebastian instead of Number, who was literally shown to be more of a specialist in frequency-based Pokemon control and water-based schemes, but maybe Giovanni had...
Yeah. No, he's a folk hero, sort of Robin Hood-esque, but also he was more just like, he was basically just a bandit, but he was a bandit that happened to do a really memorable last stand by covering himself entirely in metal things. Like in a kind of homemade suit of armor was his last stand.
Kind of weird they...
And it just kind of stuck in part of the Australian pop culture.
Kind of weird they used Sebastian instead of Number, who was literally shown to be more of a specialist in frequency-based Pokemon control and water-based schemes, but maybe Giovanni had him whacked, I don't know. But maybe Giovanni had him whacked, I don't know. Schemes, but maybe Giovanni had him whacked, I don't know. But maybe Giovanni had... Funny to think... It's still funny... It's still funny to think that in Japan the kids saw him in digital coloring before hand-painted, so that's got to be a rare occurrence.
There we go.
That's got to be a rare occurrence. That's got to be a rare occurrence. But yeah. But Gyarados comes to this.
Maybe I should just focus on the sound editing for now, since I've only got an hour left. We'll see.
I don't know. It's still funny to think that in Japan the kids saw him in It's still funny to think.
It's a bit of a click in there, huh?
It's still funny to think that in Japan the kids saw him in digital coloring before hand-painted, so that's got to be a rare occurrence. That's got to be a rare occurrence.
Dang it.
But Gyarados comes to the surface regularly. Otherwise we wouldn't have to whack any. Witnesses. Surface regularly. Otherwise we would regularly whack any. Surface regularly. Otherwise we wouldn't have to whack any witnesses. Silence, lackey. Silence, lackey. You could never comprehend my master plan.
I don't know what causes those. I don't know what causes that glitching, but it's terrifying whenever it shows up. I think I just have a bad connection. Maybe I need to get a new cable for my microphone.
Witnesses. Silence, lackey. You could never comprehend my master plan. I do have to admit, it's all Greek to me. I do have to admit, it's all Greek to me. Then, of course, our rockets come up the works like mice. But Gyarados comes to the surface regularly. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to whack any witnesses. Silence, lackey. You could never. to whack any witnesses. Silence, lackey. You could never comprehend my master plan. I admit it.
Well, I wonder if I can put that gag in. Just remind myself to put that gag in there.
It seems your project is a complete success.
I thank you for your optimism, but we still have work to do to perfect the radio wave. Since this red Gyarados
Project is a complete success.
I thank you for your optimism, but we still have work to do to perfect the radio wave.
There we go, about here. That'll work.
I do have to admit it's all. And my master plan. I do have to.
It'll work. Nice. Freeze frame.
And my master plan. I do have to admit it's all Greek to me.
I'll zoom that in the second pass.
And my master never comprehend my master plan. I do have to admit it's all Greek to me. Then of course our rockets gum up the works like mice in a server room before getting caught, and Tyson is all, ha! No one can resist petting a statue of a cat. It's a ha! Tyson is all, ha! No one can resist petting a statue of a cat. It's a proven biological imperative. Now who are you jokers? Is that the motto from the training videos? What losers still recite that? But I will admit the rocket lore is pretty fun, especially hearing that. But I will admit the rocket lore is pretty fun, especially hearing that at one point our rockets weren't at the bottom rung. Then after James, say it with me, has the best line in the episode. Tyson admits that they need more manpower, and they join Project R. Team Rocket never had a Project R before. Okay. So Sebastian is all. We are preparing to study this Gyarados, as it's the only Pokemon that evolved using our forced evolution method.
Oh no, not the forced evolution virus. It's the Fallout universe hell.
Then isn't the problem more with the method? Shut up. More with the method? Shut up. Our forced evolution method. Then isn't the problem more with the method? Shut up. James, weren't you famous for... James, weren't you... Weren't you fame and fortune and immortality on my terms? How is this hard to understand? Meanwhile, Lance displays frankly 47 levels of quick change.
I couldn't quite get this line right. So.
Yes! Meanwhile, Lance displays Agent 47 levels of quick change ability and infiltrates the base.
There we go, I knew I got it at the end.
Hey Frank, you got a day job yet?
Bless me. Alright.
Hey Frank, you got a... Hey Frank. Hey Frank, you get a day job just now? Yes, boy, our evil on-site salon really ups morale, right? Boy, I'll say, check out my French tips. Oh. Oh.
Wonder if I could get
My job just now? Yes, boy, our evil on-site salon really ups morale, right? Boy, I'll say.
oops, accidentally forgot to put that too far down. There it is. There we go, that's more like it. Okay.
Got my French tips. Oh. And just as things are getting engaging, And just as things are...
Hang on, let me see if I can get French tips. Let's see, do we have one with a French tips with a transparency? No, that could be it. Is that? No, that doesn't look like it's got a transparency. It's got a transparency layer on it. Yeah. Come on. Does that one have it? I'll take a look later. Maybe I can just Photoshop. They seem pretty darn easy to Photoshop, so maybe I can do that later. That's cool.
Getting engaging. We cut back to the twerps.
I just thought maybe there was a quick one.
The itch. Go back? Why? Go back? Why? Go back? Why? Go back? Why?
Man, couldn't quite get that.
Go back? Why? Because I left my... Why? Because I left my eyeballs back there. Sorry, that's the most gag dub... I left my eyeballs back there. Sorry, that's the most gag dub joke ever, but I had to do it at least once. No, but actually...
Maybe I can just do that quick.
Is something bothering you, Ash? It's just I gotta go back.
Back, Ash? Back where?
Bothering you, Ash? It's just I gotta go back.
What?
Didn't work. Let's see, not quite.
Why? Because I left my eyeballs back there. Go back? Why? Because... Go back? Why? Back? What? Why? Because I left my eyeballs back there.
Okay, well, I can polish that a bit later.
Go back? Why? Because I left my eyeball.
I'll have to do an annoying split level there. I'll have to figure it out.
Guys. I left my eyeballs back there. Left my eyeballs.
Okay, do that, then copy paste. There we go. There we go.
Because I left my eyeballs back there. Sorry, that's the most gagged eyeballs back there.
Cut that, freeze frame so that we don't get Brock.
Because I... Why? Because Guys. Why? Because
About there.
I left my eyeballs back there.
Okay.
I because I left
About there. We'll grab that and copy it. Then we'll put it over here.
guys.
Then we need to grab this one and then crop it to the... There we go. From the right, about there. Should still work.
Guys, I left. Guys. Guys, I left my eyeballs back. Guys.
Okay, that needs to be a longer pause.
Guys, I left my.
If you hate hearing the same joke over and over and over again, never become a YouTuber. Alright, freeze frame, there we go.
Guys, I left my. Because I left.
There we go, lovely. I just need to cut that. You can go back to normal, please. There we go.
Go back? Why? Because I left my eyeballs back there. Sorry, that's the most gag dub joke ever, but I had to do it at least once. No, but actually Ash has basically the... No, but Ash has basically become me when I play Skyrim, since he's all, I can't let an event occur without my involvement. I've been let out of too many formative adventures of this generation. I've been left out of... He's all, I can't let an event occur without my involvement. I've been let out of too many formative adventures. I've been left out of too many formative adventures of this generation. Millennials? Millennials? Ash, you've had over 200. Out of too many formative adventures of this generation. Millennials? Ash, you've had over 200 formative adventures. You've had over 200 formative adventures. Can't you let Lance have this?
Oh no, I got a glitch.
Ash, you've had over 200 formative adventures. Can't you let Lance have this one? Never! Never!
I might just skip that actually.
You've had over 200 formative... Never! But Brock actually comes around... But Brock actually comes around to Ash's way of thinking, even if his reasoning is a little sensationalist.
It's okay. Like I said, it doesn't actually work out. It works out pretty well. I just need to make sure that the cable is working, or at least get a new one. I'll figure that out.
Rock actually comes around to Ash's way of thinking, even if his reasoning is a little sensationalist. Team Rocket will make off with your children.
Oh no, this part. I'm such a silly. Okay.
Team Rocket will make off with your children. Oh. Oh. They'll come after them in the night. No. No.
There we go. Put that there.
Rocket will make off with your children. Oh. They'll come after them in the night. No. No.
Yeah, the second one's better.
No. We're not safe until Giovanni's head. I'm after them in the night. No. We're not safe until Giovanni's head is mounted on my wall. On my wall. I say we kill Team Rocket. Yeah. Kill Team Rocket. Yeah. Yeah. Screw the Jennies! Screw the G-Men! Only 3 miners can bring down the Mafia! So say we all! So say we all!
Yeah, that's fine. It's running a bit long.
Meanwhile, Team Rocket are preparing to be live bait, and James is all... Aren't we literally being live bait here? Could we maybe not be live bait?
Cool, moving on.
I've been left out of 2...
Go back, Ash? Back, wait.
Wait, but it was too dangerous. Don't you see? I can't just leave it out of there. Remember? I said no, I have to do something.
Yeah, that Gyarados probably just be the tip of the iceberg if Team Rocket is involved.
Huh?
It can't just be the Gyarados Team Rocket wants. If we don't try to stop them, they can hurt other Pokemon. It can't just be the Gyarados Team Rocket wants. If we don't try to stop them, they could hurt other Pokemon as well. And that could mean your Pikachu and your Togepi.
Yep.
Them, they could hurt other Pokemon. If we don't try to stop them, they could hurt other Pokemon as well. And that could mean your Pikachu and your Togepi.
Team Rocket will make off with your children. Oh, they'll come after them in the night. No, we're not safe until Giovanni's head is mounted on my wall. I say we kill Team Rocket. Yeah, screw the Jennies, screw the G-Men. Only 3 miners can bring down the Mafia. Meanwhile, Team Rocket are preparing to be live bait, and James is all, aren't we literally being live bait here? Could we maybe not be live bait? The plan requires... The plan requires you to be... The plan requires you to be live bait. I guess I can't argue with that. You to be live bait. I guess I can't argue with... I do like that they actually address the... I do like that they actually address the Donphan in the room, though. I mean, that has to be the case, right? Otherwise, we're just live bait for nothing. Can't argue with that either. Consider me satisfied.
Okay, there we go.
Why don't they just get rid of... Oh, why
they just throw a Pokeball to grab that Gyarados?
This is experimental material. It needs to be caught whilst wild.
That Gyarados.
This is experimental material. It needs to be caught whilst wild.
I mean, that has to be the case, right? Otherwise, we're just live bait for nothing. I mean, that has to be the case, right? Otherwise, we're just live bait for nothing. With that, can't argue with that either. Consider me satisfied. But then they argue over who gets to be the main course through telepathy. But then they argue over who gets to be the main course through telepathy, I guess, as there's no way they could speak that coherently with a tube in their mouth, but I get it, suspension storytelling.
Alright, continuing.
Yada yada. Suspension storytelling, yada yada yada. Now 5 Gyarados doing Now 5 Gyarados doing Dragon Rage, that's an issue. But 1? Sure. Sure. Looks like they go... Then it looks like they're going to knock out the Gyarados with a freaking mortar, but luckily it's just a missile-shaped Then it looks like they're going to knock out the Gyarados with a freaking mortar, but luckily it's just a missile-shaped net dispenser, which they then use to take advantage of Gyarados' 4 times weakness to electricity. Which they then use to take advantage of the net dispenser. Which they then use to take advantage of Gyarados' 4 times weakness to electricity and knock it out. This is when the twerps come in and they're all, "We're helping! We're helping! We're helping!" They're all, "We're helping! We're helping!" We're helping! They're all, we're helping. They come in and they're all, we're helping. We're helping.
A bit more.
We're helping.
A bit closer.
We're helping.
Oh, there we go. Thought I got it mixed up. There we go.
We're helping. And Lance is all... And the rockets activate...
Let's see where I put that. No. Let's see. We're getting closer. Where is this? Ah, there we go. Oh, yep. I know I have that clip somewhere, but I don't know if I have it in the stock or not. Let's see if I have to download it again. Hopefully not. Go to backup. Let's see. Stock archive. Should be in stock sound if I kept it. I hope I did. Stadium, party horns. No, no, no. Ah. I was sure I put it in the stock. Maybe it's in visual? No. Well, I'll come back to that later. At least I know what that one is.
Lance is all...
No, you ain't. I'll get that in the sec.
And the rockets activate the forced evolution ray, and it's not very effective. Well, okay, it's very effective, and it's not very effective. It's not very effective.
There's a glitch there, but that's easily re-recorded. I'll just bring that in later.
Well, okay, it's very effective in making you sick, but not very effective at evolving. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Twerp, napped, and Sebastian is all... So they get twerp, napped, and Sebastian is all... Since you are now our adopted children, you should probably know our master plan, which is to control Pokemon evolution. Oh, and hitting them with a rock is a rock explicitly stated to be radioactive, or sending them through a trading machine. No, it's only unnatural if I... Oh, and hitting rocket, or sending them through a trading machine. No, it's only unnatural if I don't like it. And the Pokemon aren't consenting. It's only unnatural if I don't like it. And the Pokemon aren't consenting. And the Pokemon aren't consenting. That's vile. And the Pokemon aren't consenting. That's vile. Vile. You sure it isn't just shiny? What? I mean, I have... Shiny. What? What? I mean, I have an evolved Mon that's also red when it shouldn't be, and I didn't hit it with a cancer beam. Here, let me show you. This child... Does this child never shut up?
I think we're getting close to the end here. Or at least in terms of the sound editing.
Here, let me show you. Does this child never shut up? No! 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 Brock, we've seen evolved Pokemon in the wild. I retract my Brock, we've seen evolved Pokemon in the wild. Retract my previous statement and Pokemon in the wild. I retract my previous statement and substitute it with the consent thing again. This, much like the earlier Lugia episodes, it seems like Team Rocket is actually... But what's this? Much like the earlier Lugia episodes, it seems like Team Rocket has actually come out on top. Even our rocket even our rockets who weren't blasted off in a token manner. Even our rockets weren't blasted off in a token manner. It's almost it's in a token manner. It's almost like trying to take on a well-organized militia without backup was a flawed plan in hindsight. Don't worry, guys. Lance won't let us down. Don't worry, guys. Lance won't let us down. He'll bust us out any second now. You know, those really were good French tips. Thoughts. Another multi-parter. That's the second this season, third if you count Legend of Thunder, and it feels like they're actually starting to find their feet, as this one is a lot more solid of a start, in my opinion. Yes, it's clunky in a lot of ways, with uneven pacing, poor explanations with uneven pacing, poor explanations and schemes, weak motivation for the twerps who then had zero impact on the plot, and a real missed opportunity not to bring Namba back, since he was literally the Pokemon anger guy. However, one thing it instantly has over the last three-parter is that this episode is However, one thing it instantly has over the last multi-parter is that this episode is actually necessary. Even with its flaws, you can't say it doesn't lend itself to a multi-part structure, and if you went into the next episode without this one as a setup, you'd be very confused, which is not something you could say about Hi-Ho Silver. It's also nice to have a villain with an actually threatening presence that isn't just Giovanni again. It's really refreshing to have an episode center on a non-gym event in the games. Even though it makes me more salty we never got a game center or a... Even though it makes me more salty we never got a game center or a proper Lavender Town episode. And Lance's involvement was genuinely intriguing, and he actually seemed to be smart about his mission. There wasn't anything that stood out other than... And he actually seemed to be smart about his mission.
This dang microphone. I mean, like, it's not the microphone. The microphone's fine. It's the cable. Need to get a new cable. The problem is that in order to get it into the USB, it has to be bespoke, so I'll have to look it up.
There wasn't anything that stood out other than some nice animation on the Gyarados, and it's hard to make a full judgment until I've viewed the episodes as a whole. But individually, this is a great ball, but I'm wary of how they're going to stick the landing. Weirdly, Lance's... Trivia.
Luckily there's not as many glitches as there was last time, so maybe it's getting better.
Weirdly, Lance is quite unusual, as he's a character who's not only... Weirdly, Lance is quite unusual, as he's a character who not only appears over the course of multiple seasons, but also kept the same voice actor, Wayne Grayson, usually in... Weirdly, Lance is quite unusual, as he's a character who not only appears over the course of multiple seasons, but also kept the same voice actor, Wayne Grayson, through all his appearances. Even the narrator... Wayne Grayson, through all his appearances. Even the narrator can't say that. There are some others with the same distinction, such as Gary, but it's a very exclusive club, to be sure. Also, Lance's group, the Pokemon G-Men, aren't an invention of the dub, as they're called that in Japanese, too. a loanword from westerns and gangster movies that the Japanese imported, since that's the only place is imported. Since that's the only places I've ever heard that term since those are the only places I've ever really heard that term to refer to federal law enforcement. Well, that and Half-Life, but he's not exactly federal. It's a cool idea. Well, that and Half-Life, but that G-Man's more federal law enforcement. Well, that and Half-Life, but that G-Man's more ephemeral than federal. It's a cool idea, though. It's a cool idea, though. Too bad it only ever comes up when Lance appears, even after they could have easily changed it to the International Police in later seasons and really synced it all up. It's fine. Also, here's it. Lastly, here's an interesting question. Lastly, though, here's an interesting question. Is Gyarados shiny? The color matches the official shiny coloring, and it's registered as shiny in the game files. But in the anime, the Magikarp it evolved from was very much not shiny. This actually led to a weird example of fanon being taken as canon when the accepted knowledge became that specifically the Lake of Rage Gyarados was only red because the evolution was forced and therefore not a true shiny. And the actual shiny just happened to match the color. Okay, sure. In the games, but in the games, multiple Gyarados evolved due to Team Rocket. But in the games, multiple Gyarados evolved due to Team Rocket's efforts, and you can even encounter them. And guess what? They aren't red. And guess what? Encounter them. And guess what? They aren't red. Only the central one. They aren't red. Only the central one is. Only the central one is. So the evidence pretty clearly points to the game version just being a natural shiny, with this episode just muddying the water. It gets more confusing when the same Gyarados reappears in later episodes. It has the trademark. It gets more confusing when the same Gyarados reappears in later episodes. It also gets more
I had to do that one so many times.
It also gets more confusing when the same Gyarados appears in later episodes and it has the trademark shiny sparkles. So I guess the only explanation that fits is just that sparkles. So I guess the only explanation that fits is just that the forced evolution ray happened to turn Gyarados officially shiny rather than a weird holdover from Magikarp. Sebastian Wrong, perish the thought. Sebastian Wrong, perish the thought. Oh, and yeah, that wasn't a gag for the It's All Greek joke. I didn't Photoshop anything. They really did have Greek letters scrolling down the screen. It's weird. I guess Pokemon canonically... It's weird. I guess Pokemon canonically takes place in Greece until Pokedex kicked in. And so, swayed, intrigued, yet still skeptical, sits tight as the plot rolls out. Only time will tell if the continuation will cause within him feelings of joy, boredom, or possibly even rage.
Okay, well, that's the 11 minutes, my gosh, it doesn't feel that. It feels like it was longer. I guess not. Alright, well. That's the sound editing and a fair chunk of the first pass done. That's still pretty good for 3 hours. Like I said, tomorrow's going to be a really long one, so I'll look forward to seeing you guys there. I need to kind of stop now. It is a little early, but there's a few errands I need to quickly run, and it works out since we just got to a good stopping point. But yes, see you tomorrow for a much longer time, fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more done. Alright, and see you then. Where's the button? There's the button. Stop the button. Press the yes.